on the kick team. Look how physical he is. Boom, 2 tacklers. Look at him run through a third. Finally gets dragged down. Grant Mercer was a great position right there. Boom. Bolus, the wrestler, running through tackles. Groh finally brings him to the ground.
Ryan, that first hit he ran out of was middle linebacker Matt Summers, the outstanding 230-pound junior. Now run that quick trap, and that's Zach Quinn on the call. Quinn, who had 145 yards and that big 2-yard touchdown run last week late in the game. Fourth quarter, right? Aurora's down 32-29 to New Philadelphia, and they went 86 yards in a little over 2 minutes, all on the ground.
And we talked. You questioned Coach Mahalik about it this week. He said, "Coach, what was like?" He said, "Very calm."
Yeah,
they said, we gotta throw. He said, "No, we don't. We're gonna run our offense." And the offensive lineman, at that point, Coach Mahalik was their favorite person in the world. Yeah, let's run it. And this is exactly what they're doing now.
We asked him what he found out about his football team. Now Bolus will run option left. Well, look at George Bolus. Keep that football. He could have pitched it to Jake McVay, stuck inside. First down, Aurora, that's 9 more on the ground, but we do have a flag that was thrown while Bolus was moving the chains.
George Bolus getting a little sneaky, fake pitch, keep it. I believe it's going to be a late hit out of bounds on the quarterback.
Number 31, 15 yards at the end of the run, first down.
And Grant Mercer, the strong safety, he had the back. He's the one who falls for the fake. I'm sorry, that's Groh. Watch Grant Mercer at the end here come in and hit him late. I don't know about that, Michael.
Yeah, you know, I'm a defensive guy, so
I'm
not going to say anything.
I know what you think about
that. I'm not going to say anything. All right, out of their stacked eye now. On first down from the 34-yard line. This is Zach Quinn, and Quinn got taken down as Brandon Groh came up for the corner to make that stop. All right, now tonight after our game, stay tuned for a Division II Region 8 matchup down in Southwest Ohio between number 1 Cincinnati Turpin and number 4 Franklin. And tomorrow night, a couple of D1 games, St. Edward and Mentor. Live at 7 o'clock here on Sports Time Ohio with Mike Cairns and Greg Fry, followed by Lakota East and Cincinnati Moeller. Don't you love it? Month of November, OHSAA playoffs presented here on Sports Time Ohio by Time Warner Cable. This is George Bolus, option right. He'll keep that football as Brandon Groh forced him inside, and on the cleanup was the aforementioned middle linebacker Matt Summers. There's Summers. What a good-looking athlete. Just a junior. Already all the Mid-American Conference schools looking for the services of Matt Summers.
Asking Coach Nemec, how do you describe Matt Summers? It only took one word: tough.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of kid who was born to play football, loves it, the quiet type leader, but certainly the leader of the defense, and a guy that Coach Nemec is happy to have next year.
See the numbers of quarterback George Bolus. They're 3 for 4 on third down pickups. This is 3rd and 8 out of the eye. Bolus to put it up. Set up screen to Jake McVay. McVay outside the numbers. McVay with speed. He's to the corner. Touchdown, Jake McVay. His second of the night. 31-yard screen pass from George Bolus to Jake McVay.
You see McVay down. From the looks of it, he just lost his wind, but what a terrific play call by Coach Mahalik. Play action rolls, and then the backside screen to the running back you just faked it to. Look at Zach Smerziak, number 14, downfield, manhandling the cornerback to open up Groh. There he is, getting the block on Groh to open it up for McVay. Takes a shot at the end from Grant Mercer, but what a play call. I love that play. Play action, that all they've shown him is play action, play side, and now you're going to pop it out back on a screen to the running back.
Just beautifully conceived. Second touchdown, Jake McVay, and I'm glad you showed that just outstanding block from Zach Smerziak. And I guarantee you that head coach Don Treadwell of the Miami Redhawks, who has recruited and has the commitment from Zach Smirniak. Loved that as much as we did.
Absolutely. From a tight end like Smirniak, there's nothing you like better than seeing him or tight end or a wide receiver 20 yards downfield and not making contact, getting into it.
Ryan, he held that block for, I'm going to say, he held it from the left hash to out at the numbers. That's 9-10 yards. He stayed on that block.
That's what I call collecting cab fare.
Sure.
And that, again, I believe that's just the wind knocked out. As Mercer hit him, he landed right on the football. But what a day so far as you look at those numbers for Jake McVeigh. Now 70 yards receiving with 61 and 1 touchdown each way. Puts Aurora back on top, and Joey Melchiori comes out to kick the extra point.
Melchiori to try to close this down and bump this lead up to 3 again. Melchiori this time will hit that PAT. And the Aurora Green Men, state champions in 2008, put together the 7-play, 81-yard drive. And look at this block from Zach Smirniak right there that sprung Jake McVeigh. Got inside the pylon, his second TD of the night. Took 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and that is our forward scoring drive brought to you by all our good friends of the Northeast Ohio Ford dealers.
Well, I hope my...
They took that shot in the end zone as he got inside the pylon.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Michael, I hope my attempt at playing doctor is correct, and my diagnosis of him losing his breath is all not something to do with his hip, because he appears to be favoring that left side. We talked about the Westlake Madison game last week in the mud, and I always am of the belief you want a clean game, you want to see the 2 best teams playing in the playoffs and let the best team go on, and that includes not having injured players, letting the elements get in the way, and so far we've gotten that in this game. This has been everything we would hope for.
Now, George Bolus and the Aurora offense respond as they answer Trayvon Chapman and Trey Thomas. 13-10 Aurora with their second lead of the night as we're with 1:57 left in the second quarter. Know you're enjoying it, this Division II Region 5 semifinal. And this is Trey Thomas on the kickoff return from the 5. Thomas with speed and will angle his way out over the 30-yard line. So very nice operating position now. 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and I believe, yes, the 1 timeout for the Rough Riders of Kent Roosevelt.
But remember, this is an offense that is built and designed to score in a hurry.
Right now.
A minute and 50 is more than enough time for Coach Nemick, Trayvon Chapman, and of course Trey Thomas, as you saw there on the return.
Last week, 53 and 54-yard touchdown bombs from Trayvon Chapman to Trey Thomas in the second half brought them back from a 10-point halftime deficit.
And Trey Thomas over the middle.
This is Chapman. It'll gun that throw, and he's got Luther Fortson. Fortson, good move. Lost the football. Fortunately for Kent Roosevelt, out of bounds. That's 27 yards. Just that triggered throw by Trayvon Chapman on that level route, that crossing route to Luther Fortson.
This is the 3rd time he's tried to get it to Fortson, and this is the first completion. Again, the middle of the field's open. You're going to see him get it to Fortson and watch Thomas and Boehner, the wide receiver. There's Boehner getting a piece. Here's Thomas getting a piece. I think they're listening to us out there. They said, forget about Zach Smirniak. We're going to do some downfield blocking ourselves.
Again, empty with 4 wide. Chapman. Trayvon Chapman keeping the play alive. Firing that throw, and it's almost picked off. As coming up from that corner, Frank Savillo had his hands on the football, the 150-pound senior on that corner for Aurora.
Yeah, Trayvon Chapman did this all himself, and now Michael, when you're scrambling, you cannot allow yourself to stay upright and lose your mechanics. If you saw where the release point was, it was high, never gave him a chance. You have to step and drive the football at your receiver.
What a wonderful playmaker Trayvon Chapman is. Bubble screen, Trey Thomas.
Speaking of wonderful playmakers.
Yes, there's one right there. Is a Thomas to the 28-yard line. That's 11 yards and a first down. Now, listen, still a world of time left, 1:22. They've got the one timeout in their pocket, and they're knocking on the door.
What Coach Mahalik said he wanted to do in doubling him is take the front guy, who's Milner here, and get up in him. Disrupt the timing, beat up Trey Thomas at the line of scrimmage. You can't have a quick hitter like that in 10 yards before you're touched by anybody. You can't let Trey Thomas get an open, free release off the line of scrimmage. You got to bully him at the line.
There's been virtually no attempt to establish a run game at all tonight with Brandon Grow. Trey Thomas being chased. Thomas will step up, run away from Aurora Green Men defenders, and come to a slide at the 19-yard line, which is, that's 10 yards. And let's see, depending on the spot, that's very, very close to a first down.
Watch the explosion here. When he decides to go, boom. That's a quick first step, and just gets tripped up by Brett Rogers. He didn't feel him from the backside, but he kept going.
2nd and 1. Thomas looking end zone. Football was deflected and knocked down by the corner, Miles Milner. Milner had coverage on Trey Thomas at the 5-yard line.
Now what they did this time, they put Zach Smerziak on Trey Thomas. We're going to take one of our big outside linebackers and beat him up. And then Milner, who was playing corner, came up, and I think it hits him in the head. Oh, boom. Right off his hands there, and Smerziak may have got a hand on it.
All right, 3rd down and short. I mean, 3rd and less than a yard. Let's see if Trey Thomas, he's empty again in the backfield, but let's see if he keeps the football to keep a drive alive.
Well, they got Smerziak over Thomas in the slot again, playing a man-to-man.
Rolling left with pressure. Thomas threw it out of bounds. And there's your guy, Smerziak, who had stepped in front of Trey Thomas. Now, 4th down and short. I'm a little surprised. You know, first down, 4th and a half yard was 3rd and a half yard. No surprise maybe that Trayvon Chapman run the football, pick up the first down. Clock stops while the sticks move.
Well, here's a big play, Michael. They need a half a yard for a first down. It's a 3-point game, and you know Jose Roca has the leg to kick this field goal. And I think this is exactly the discussion going on with Coach Nemec and the Kent sideline. They're going to take a timeout to talk about it. But do you take the points off the foot of Roca to tie the game up, or try to impose your will, get a half yard?
Aurora will get the football to start the 3rd quarter. They deferred. And so you're looking at 4th down, about a half yard with the football resting just inside the 20-yard line in this 13-10 Aurora lead over Kent Roosevelt. Well, Bob Mahalik, the head coach of Aurora, John Nemec, the head coach of Kent Roosevelt, they both smiled last. You know,
the inside trip, stay in block. Listen.
Let's listen to John Nemec.
Fans download the new Ohio High School Athletic Association mobile app today. Stay up to date with.
That's 28 years of high school coaching expertise right there.
What I anticipate they're going to do is put Trey Chapman on the edge. They're going to run him towards trips, and they're going to put the decision in the hands of Trey Chapman. Keep the football or find one of
a two-way go.
Receivers. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that's the right call. When you have a special talent like Chapman, who, as you mentioned, has it upstairs as well as physically, let your best player make the best play at the most opportune time.
Now, for one of the only few times tonight, they'll line up tailback Brandon Grow with him. Straight quarterback carry from Trayvon Chapman. Made it look easy, didn't he? Got 3 yards on 4th and a half. First down, moves the sticks. All right, now, no more timeouts. 38 seconds left. Clock being started right now. Red zone time for Trayvon Chapman. He'll trigger end zone. Trying to throw that skinny post, and it came up incomplete for Trey Thomas.
Just underthrew it a little bit, but that's a timing post there. They have man-to-man coverage with Trey Thomas. Aurora, after doubling him all game, has decided to put more people in the box, perhaps to stop the running of Chapman, but they're leaving a very dangerous situation, and that's Trey Thomas man-to-man. Good coverage by Jake McVeigh.
29 seconds left. Trayvon Chapman, end zone, off the hands of his intended receiver, Luther Fortson. Fortson, who's made a couple of catches tonight. as Trayvon Chapman and his offense trying to reclaim the lead.
Fortson Goat looks for a one-handed catch, and he almost gets it here. Looked like he was going to be able to bring it into his body. He's got to get that right hand involved. Once he puts up the stop sign, stops the ball, reach out with the other one, two-handed.
3rd and 10. Chapman will waggle. Again, trigger end zone. Too tall for Trey Thomas, who was working out of the slot. Now with 4th and 10. John Nemec says, Jose Roca, go out and tie this thing up again for me with your very talented right leg.
And credit the Aurora defense, 47, Brett Rogers and Zach Quinn, the 33, the linebacker, both of them blitzing, putting a lot of pressure on Trey Chapman, which is what you have to do. Make him uncomfortable and throw off his timing.
So be a 34-yard attempt to try to tie it up for that young man there, Jose Roca, out of the hold of Zach Janis. Again, all kinds of leg for Roca, and he hit it again. From 43 yards out a moment ago, now from 34 yards out. How about Jose Roca? He's 2 for 2 on field goal connections tonight, and we're tied at 13 apiece.
Both from the same hash. That's the sign of a good kicker. It doesn't matter how deep you're kicking it, you kick the same way. And you saw from the distance on both those kicks, Jose Roca, it could have been a chip shot extra point, or it could have been a 50-yarder, just steps right into it. As Coach Nemec warned us or alerted us to it, real nice looking kicker.
He is very, very high on Jose Roca as we take a look at our forward drive summary, as Jose Roca has gone 2 for 2 tonight. 51 yards in 1:41, and Trayvon Chapman took 2 shots to the end zone after they picked up that first down on the 4.5-yard carry by Chapman.
And that's several times tonight Kent has converted on 4th down. Of course, the pass to Trey Thomas down here.
Yeah, well, I love an offense that will take shots to the end zone when they're in the red zone. Brandon Weeden and the Cleveland Browns might want to do a little more of that in the final 7 games of the year. This kickoff return from Aurora in the hands of Kirk Janik, their slot back, who once in a while will get back on kick returns. A 175-pound junior. Only 8 seconds left in the opening half, and with this field position, you're thinking maybe George Bolas takes a knee and everybody heads to the locker room.
Yeah, I put him in victory formation here, take a knee. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
George Bolas will indeed do just that. How about this first 24 minutes of football? Know you're enjoying it here on Sports Time Ohio, getting absolutely what we figured would be the way things go tonight. Amanda Turk ready to stand by with the head football coach of the Rough Riders of Kent Roosevelt. Amanda is joined by John Nemec. Go ahead, Amanda.
Coach, you just told me it's been a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, our kids are playing hard. Both teams are. They have some good athletes. We have some good athletes. There have been some great plays in the first half.
Now, offensively, it took a little bit to get going, but what's starting to work for you guys now?
Well, when number 1, Trey Thomas got open, and then they started doubling up and looking at him, and Trey Chapman found 25, Luther, coming across, and that's really opened us up. The young sophomore, number 25, had a real good half.
Now, defensively, how do you stop McVay, Bolas, that whole little group over there that's been able to run on you? Not necessarily score a lot, but able to run.
They're moving the ball very well, but the goal is to keep them out of the end zone, Amanda.
All right, Coach, good luck next half. Back to you guys.
All right, Amanda, we always enjoy hearing from John Nemec. 28 years of high school football coaching, sideline veteran, and trying to move on with his Kent Roosevelt Rough Riders. Trayvon Chapman to Trey Thomas that gave him a lead. Chapman has put all of his outstanding talents on display. Halftime coming up on STO. We're tied at 13. Don't go away.